Hello there, folks. This is Mark Smith with Family Tree Counseling Associates. I have my home all to myself this morning. The Dallas Cowboys are coming on at 1 o'clock. I'll be done with my videos by then. At least I'm gonna tape it for a little while, so I want to watch commercials. I have 3 videos for you today. I've been just pondering and being inspired and being provoked all week long. And this is the first time I've had a chance to slow down and collect myself and collect my thoughts. Before I get into the first video, I want to point out that our intern and soon-to-be associate, Jennifer Dorr, has made her video debut. The video called What's Wrong With Me? And it's really different than anything that's been on our channel before. It's like quirky, and she has sound effects, and she has editing where little pictures show up, and it's quirky, and she talks right from her heart, and she nails a really important topic. So watch Jennifer Dorr's new video. It's a killer. I was very impressed, so I just want to put a word out for her. My first video today is called What's Love Got to Do with It? And of course, all y'all think of Tina Turner, and what's love got to do with sex? And that's not really what I'm referring to here when I say what's love got to do with it. Love Tina Turner, killer song, but I'm referring to narcissistic abuse. What's love got to do with that? And I was just in a really vulnerable place in my heart. There's a sad little boy who lives in my heart. And I don't even know what triggered it. But it just dawned on me that there was never, ever any love involved in my 6.5-year relationship with a woman I was engaged to. Love has nothing to do with narcissistic abuse. I had a anniversary date. September the 12th was the 8-year anniversary of my first date, my meeting with Betsy. And it was a nice date. It was a long date. Somebody chastised me incorrectly, wondering why I slept with her on the first date. And I didn't do anything with her on the first date, really, other than open my heart up too much. I did do that. So y'all be careful about confronting folks when you don't listen to the video very well. But on the night of September 13th, 2008, which was a Saturday, she had invited me to Fortville to her very humble abode, an apartment she'd just moved into. And as I was walking into her apartment, little house, I saw a man in the driveway, in the alley, walking away, and it turned out to be her former boyfriend. Had just slipped out the back door. There's a clue that there might be an issue. But he had this look on his face that I didn't know what it meant. At the time, I interpreted it as, you beat me, buddy, you're a big stud, and I'm a loser, and I'm slinking out the back door because you get the girl. That wasn't it, though. The look was, he knew and she knew that this was a trap. This was trying to catch a man in a trap so that she could use him for money. And he had this look on his face like, you poor bastard, you're about ready to fall in this huge trap and get sucked for blood and get destroyed by a really dangerous person, and you don't have the slightest fucking clue. That's what the look was. I get it now. Like many of you, when I encountered this borderline, this narcissist, by the way, while I'm on a little bit of a rant, when I say borderline and narcissist, I know the difference clinically. Okay, I don't need you to send me, well, borderlines aren't all narcissists and narcissists aren't all. I'm using the terms interchangeably. I do know the difference. In my case, she was both a narcissist and a borderline, okay? And I know that that's not always the case, but let's not get caught up on semantics and clinical dissecting. Somebody interviewed the Dallas Cowboys coach this week about whether somebody was good enough to hold a position to keep Tony Romo on the active roster. And he said, well, let's not circumcise a mosquito over this. Only the Cowboys coach would say that. But I'm going to say it too. Whether I call this woman a borderline or a narcissist, I'm not necessarily talking about your girlfriend or your fiance. So let's not circumcise a mosquito over it, all right? Keep those to yourself. If people make a comment that's sort of aggressive and snotty about, this is this and that is that, trust me, you're wasting your time, because I delete that off the YouTube site within seconds. I get notified. I look at the tone. You're gone. You don't exist. So stop that. Thank you. So like many of you, I was so innocent. I was very sweet. I was just so vulnerable. I was low-hanging fruit. The man child, the man infant that Betsy conned was a very lost, a very needy. I call him the purple rage infant, because my mom would set me out back in the backyard, and as an infant I would rage until I turned purple. So it was really easy money, because all she had to do was give me a little bit of praise and a little bit of very subpar sex. And I didn't know the difference between real love and fake love. I didn't even get real love from my own mother. So somebody comes along with a reasonable facsimile of love, and honestly, other than all the physical abuse and verbal abuse that would take place every 6 weeks or so, her upon me, I wouldn't say that I was terribly unhappy. It was a reasonable facsimile. So many of you out there are holding on to your abuser, your perpetrator, as if there were love, as if there was even a real person there. There never was a real person, and there never was love. In her final letter to me that was coached up by the horrifically incompetent and unprofessional staff at the Bridge to Recovery, Betsy wrote, "I love you and I always will." And she wrote that for them, not for me. Maybe she wrote it to lie to herself. She never loved me, and she never did. She didn't love me, and she never did. That was the truth. It was all a con. It was all of a manipulation. So don't hold on to somebody as if they were a real person when they never really existed. So I've often wondered, if I'm walking in a store or in a restaurant and I come face to face with Betsy, what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to keep walking. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make eye contact. I'm not going to say a word. I'm going to gaze at her like somebody I used to know. But she's just not a relevant individual in my life. It's not like she's a long-lost lover. It's not like she's somebody who used to love me. What would I say to this person? You got me real good. Good for you. There's just nothing to say, because the person who I thought was the lover of my soul never even existed. So what's love got to do with narcissistic abuse? It has nothing to do with it. But here I am, the middle of September 2016, and I'm just full of gratitude that the pain that needed to be brought up in me because of the lack of bonding with my mother was brought up. So the interactions with Betsy turned out to be a blessing and a good thing. And I'm more healed today than I've ever been. Got a long way to go. Got a lot of issues. I've got some videos here about dating, and you'll see that I still have an issue or two. But I'm grateful for the healing. These narcissistic animals, they don't trick us and use us and dominate us and destroy us. We recruit them, and we use them for our healing and our better good. So I just have to say that I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be able to watch Dallas Cowboys get beat today. It was all fair. I was not victimized by this woman. I walked in on September the 13th to a trap, and I didn't know the nature of the universe. I didn't know that there were people like this. I didn't know that I could be a sugar daddy. I didn't know what love was. I had always had a reasonable facsimile. So, let go of the image, let go of the lie, let go of the pretender, and heal the wounds of your childhood and get your needs met in healthy relationships with your friends, with yourself, with your God, with your dog, with your support system, with your family. But quit believing in something that never existed and stop feeling victimized. You recruited this person. It was fair. You were blessed by it. You were blessed by the opportunity to heal, and it's all good. Thank you for watching. Remember to watch Jennifer Doerr's video. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. If you subscribe to us, every time we make a video, you get alerted to that fact. Wouldn't that be special? Also, I've got some really good books on abandonment issues and shame at familytreecounseling.com. Thank you for watching today. God bless. Go Cowboys.